Hey everyone, I'm Danny and welcome to Muggle Magic. This video is sponsored by Oakleaf, and they also supplied the lighting that I used in this DIY, which was perfect, especially the dewdrop lights. I loved those, and if you want to order those, I've got links in the description box below. I've had lots of requests for Harry Potter themed decorations and things like that for like Harry Potter parties. So today we're going to be making Harry Potter themed lighting. We'll be making a bottle of fairy eggs from the Apothecarium of Slughorn, of course, as well as a string of golden snitch lights. So go ahead and check out the description box below for a list of supplies you're gonna need, as well as a link to the free downloadable templates, and let's get started. So first, as always, you want to download the free templates that I've provided, and you want to cut these out. I printed this off on sticker paper to make this easier on myself, but you can just print this on regular paper and then just use a glue stick or something to stick this to the bottle that we're going to be sticking it to. But sticker paper works a lot easier. So take your ruler and X-Acto knife to cut this out, and line your ruler up with just the edge right here where the labels are, and then take your X-Acto knife, push down with this hand just so that you know that this paper's not slipping around underneath. You want a straight line, and we're just going to follow along, go over it a couple of times because my sticker paper is a little thick. There we go. As you can see, I've also included some blank labels so that if you don't want it to be labeled as fairy eggs, you can go ahead and label these whatever you want. Now you should have your label cut out like this, and if you're using sticker paper, then on the back you'll have this waxy paper just to remove before you stick it onto the bottle. And then we're just going to find a good spot on our bottle to stick this label. Somewhere right about here. Looks good. And if you're wondering, the bottle that I'm using is just a repurposed bottle. I think it was originally like barbecue sauce or something. I can't remember, but I thought the shape of it was just perfect for a project like this, so I saved it. And now we get into the Oakleaf product, and this is LED dewdrop lights. I've already opened it and taken one of them out, but this is how it came in the mail. And if we open it up, the dewdrop lights are extremely tiny. These are perfect for fairy eggs, so that's why I decided on fairy eggs for the bottle. And on this end, this is where the battery compartment is, and I have not taken off the plastic piece yet. Once I do that, the battery will connect to the piece in here to actually power the lights, and then there's an on-off switch right here. So let's go ahead and pull that out. So now when I flip this little switch right here, the lights will turn on. And the lights are strung on this like wiry sort of stuff, which is kind of cool because you can shape it how you want it to look. And now I'm just going to feed it into my jar. And you can kind of turn your jar as you do this, just so that it's not all in one lumped spot. That's probably as far as you want to feed these into the jar. And now at this point, I'm just going to take this this power switch right here, and I'm going to put it kind of close to the bottom of the jar on the back. And then I'll just take some Scotch tape, just some regular tape, and I'm just going to tape it on. So right about here looks good. Now as you can see, I've turned down the lights so that we can catch these on camera a little easier. So let's switch this on. And there you go. This is what your jar of fairy eggs will look like. And the great thing about this being battery powered is that you can use them inside and outside. So if you're having like an outdoor sort of like cookout or something / Harry Potter party, you can totally just like put these around outside, and it adds a very cool atmosphere at nighttime. Another cool thing about these being battery powered is that you can kind of carry this around with you. If you're like cosplaying or something, you can put like a cork in the top and carry this around as if you have a jar of fairy eggs. Next, we're going to turn these lights into a DIY as well. And these are also from Oakleaf, and they are an LED string lights. There are 30 LED lights on this. I've already opened it, as you can see. So here are the lights. They did come with a battery pack, so these are portable as well. They didn't come with the batteries. It takes 3 AA batteries. And yeah, that's what they look like. As you can see, I haven't really unwound them or anything. But the coolest thing about these lights is that they came with a remote. So I can control these just with this remote. So let me show you how it works. I can turn them on. And right now they're just set to be on, but there are different modes you can turn them to. I can also dim them. So I think right here is about as dim as they get. And then I can brighten them. So we'll go as bright as they can get, which is pretty cool. Now the remote has numbers 1 through 8 on it, and each one is a different mode. So I can turn them onto this, which is kind of like a soft little flutter of light. There's this one, it's a little bit faster. This is number 3, and it just kind of goes back and forth. This one's number 4. I like this one. It just sort of fades. The light sort of like fades through all of the lights, which I think is really cool. All right, and here's number 5. It's kind of like a party right now. So here's number 6. This one's really cool too. It fades in and out. I like these softer ones that sort of fade. Here's number 7. Now this is a rave. We're having a rave right now. Number 8 is always on. This is the one we're going to use, but you can use any of these that you want, obviously. So we'll just go ahead and turn those off. Now what we want to do is turn each one of these into a golden snitch. So basically we just want to connect the wings to them. In order to do that, you will want to download the free templates. So here's what the template looks like. As you can see, there's a very, very faint outline of shapes on here, and each one of these is going to be a wing. So what we want to do is flip this over onto the other side. You want to be working on the side that doesn't have these dotted lines on it. You want the reverse side. And then we're just going to take some aluminum foil and we're going to glue it to the back of this. So just get out your glue stick and go ahead and apply glue to basically the entire back of this piece of paper. I printed this on a light cardstock just to give the wings a little thickness. Now when you glue the foil to the back of this, you don't want it to be wrinkled up. You want it to be as smooth as possible. So I'm just going to lay it down and smooth it out with my hand. There, and that should be good enough. And now once you have the foil glued on one side, like this, what you want to do is just use scissors to cut out these shapes. Now each one of these is going to be one wing, and basically you want to fold this in half with the foil facing outward. Just fold it in half like this. And there we go. And at this point you can just put some glue in there from a glue stick and glue it folded in half like that. So now we have one wing folded in half, and at this point we can sort of curve it a little bit like this to give it that wing shape. Look at pictures of the golden snitch so that you get the shape right of the wing. And then this little end right here we want to fold in half, sort of like that, so that it has just like a bend to it at the end. And there are 30 of those lights, so I will need 60 of these wings because there are 2 wings per light. So I just finished making 60 of these little wings, and that took quite a long time. So once you have these little wings done, what you're gonna do is sort of like hold them up to these little circular lights where you would like the wings to be. So right about here looks good. And then we're gonna take a hot glue gun and just put a small little drop on each side and glue the wings onto the light. So if I just put a small little drop of hot glue right there, then I can take my wing and attach it to the light. Just hold it there, blow on it a little bit to get it to stay in the right spot, and it should hold pretty quickly. Now just sort of eyeball where the next wing should go. So here is what the little golden snitch light will look like once you have the wings glued onto it. So I've turned the light down a little bit, and I'm going to turn these on so you can see what it looks like. So that is what our glowing golden snitch looks like. So go ahead and attach these wings onto all of your lights. If you want a chance at winning the bottle of fairy eggs as well as the string of golden snitch lights, there's a link in the description box below where you can enter the weekly giveaway. I get a lot of ideas for the DIYs that I do from your comments, so if there's something you'd like to see me do, go ahead and let me know in the comments section below, and subscribe if you're not already. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.